everyone, it's Tammy, and we are doing the 12 crafts of Christmas. So I'm just going to do 12 fairly easy crafts I think that most of us can do, and I thought I'd start with making tags that match our wrapping paper. So you know that you are always, when you're wrapping presents, you always have a little bit left of some sort of scrap, and these are both scraps that I have that probably could be used for something still, but they're going to be used for tags today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this into a few strips. I want to get it straight, so I'm going to use the straightest edge that I think that it has just to start it, and I'm just going to cut that, and that will be trash. I'm not going to use that one because it wasn't cut straight on the other end. And then I'm just going to cut it in 1/2 inch pieces, and I'm just going to do a couple because this is still kind of long, and I want it to be 1/2 inch by 2 inches. So I'm just cutting it now. Here, I can do it up here so you guys can see it a little better. At 2 inches, and again, that's not straight because I used it on something, so I'm just cutting that off, so it doesn't really matter. So that one doesn't count. I shouldn't have cut so much off, but I wasn't paying attention when I was talking to you. So there's 2 inches and 2 inches, and I would totally do more than one of these at a time, just because if you're going to take the time to do it, just, you know, you may as well make a few. So I'm going to do a few with this pattern and a few with that dotted pattern. If the dotted pattern looks all right, now that I'm thinking about it, with just a 1/2 inch, I'm not sure how that will look, but we will see. So I'll just see how many this is going to make if I cut all of these, because already that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would have been 6 if I hadn't been silly and cut that one. So there's that one. Let's push those to the side, and let's do another strip. This is actually even longer than 12 inches. So there, I cut that off, and then I will cut this at a 1/2 inch. And I might just do one strip of this, and actually I think that the polka dots will look cute. So we'll just do a 1/2 inch, one strip, just because it's long. I mean, you can do as many of these as you want to. It does not matter. And again, I'm just cutting them into 2 inches. And then you want to pick a base color that works with your wrapping paper color. I'm going to use white, I think. I think that craft would be pretty, like a red or a green. Any of those would be nice. I do have some green over here that's actually scrap too. Maybe I'll use some of that. Use your scraps up. And so we're going to use wrapping paper, and it's coordinating wrapping paper to what you're wrapping your presents in. So that's something that's kind of fun, because I can put this on a tag with the same wrapping paper, and it will be really cute, in my opinion. And then, so let's see, I might be able to make these into something. Let's see. If I cut it here, I scored these and I shouldn't have scored them, so that's why they're extra. So 5 1/2 would be 2 3/4. 2 1/2, yes. 2 3/4 is halfway. I don't know if this will make a big enough tag, or if I should just, oh, whoops. Maybe 2 inches isn't what I need. Maybe it's less. I thought this was 2 inches wide. Oh, it could be. I just didn't cut it at 2 inches. Okay, it is. I'm going to go ahead and cut this, or punch this, and see how it looks. If it looks silly, then I won't do it. I'll use bigger pieces. Oh, actually, I think that's all right. The problem with a dark color like this, though, is that you can't see on it. So let me just go with my original plan of doing white, because I think that's a better idea. So I'm going, and I actually have this off-white too that I had left over from doing something. I don't even know what I was working on, but clearly I needed some, whoops, I needed some circles. I don't know if that's going to be enough either. Probably not. All right, well, back to the drawing board. I'm just trying to see what I have over here in my stash. Now this will be big enough. So let me cut this off, and then I will cut this into 2 inch strips. 1, 2, 3, and then I have this. I can use that color too. That'll be all right. 1, I don't even see how many I got. 2, 3. I'm just using scraps up over here. Oh, that's a card base. Do you guys do this too? Do you guys put your scraps over in a section so that if I need a specific color, I can get it? Here are some red ones. Oh no, those are scored too. So that, I just don't want the score line in the middle of my, here's some green ones that would work. I just don't know that I want the, I would still have to do something on like a white piece of paper unless I embossed it. You know what, let's do a few that are embossed. Why not? So 2 inches, and then I'll cut off all this score line stuff. And then I'll go 2 inches. And then I'll go 2 inches here. And this one actually has some score line on it. I don't think I'll use that one. But I can use this one. I could do it this way if that's big enough. I think it might be. So you're going to need the things that you would need for a tag. So I'm using some twine, and then I'm also going to use my tag maker thing, bookmark maker punch. And I actually have some gray over here that would probably look really pretty, but it's not Christmassy enough for me right now. Okay, so then I have some more white. Well, let me see how many I need. This is definitely going to be big ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll probably cut those off. 5. I know that's how many of the plaid I had. And then how many of the polka dots did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How about that? So it's a set of 10. You could give this as a gift too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. Oh, I have this paper right here. Dang that. 9, 10 if I wanted to do that, or I could cut some more. Let me see what I have. One, 2, 3, 4. 1. Oh, I guess I need one more. Oh no, I have them. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or what about this? What if I gave that one a green one? I'm trying to do 2 sets, and that one like that. I think that's all right. And then I think I'll cut these down just to make them about the same size as some of the others. I don't want them that long. Okay. So now that I have them all cut, I can go ahead and punch. I don't know if I'll talk with you while I'm doing all of these, but so that's what your tag is going to look like. Ooh, I may have cut this one just a little wide, but I think I'll be all right. Some people are playing basketball outside, so if you can hear them, it's one of those warm days. I feel like I'm in a hurry and I have no idea why. I'm sorry if I'm coming across like that. I'm not in a hurry. It's Sunday. I don't have anything I have to do other than crafty stuff and laundry, and I have to clean the bathroom. So I guess I have stuff I have to do, but you know what I mean, like nothing that's pressing that I'm not working today or any of that mess. All right, so now that I have those punched out, I love this punch. It's very useful. Okay. So I'm going to emboss in these, and I'm going to just stamp those, I think, so that they'll have some embossed and some stamped. So I'm going to get out my Versamark. I actually happen to have some gold embossing powder over here, which is the reason I thought, okay, I'll just do it. I'm going to get out one of those scored pieces of paper that I had and use that as my embossing thing, my embossing catcher. And I have this stamp set that I think is really cute. And I'm going to just use Rudy because he's my favorite. And I also need to get out my Stampin' Scrub and my block and my Stampin' Mist so I can clean this up. What did I do with my Stampin' Mist? It just got lost under my glue dots. And we'll put Rudy on here. Let's do the Versamark ones first. And I'm just going to stamp him on here like that. So let's see, 1, 2. And I like having my to or from on the right hand side because that way if the name is long, I know I have so much room to use it. I don't know, I'm just weird about that even when I shop for gift tags. If I ever shop for gift tags, which I still like the sticky ones because they're so handy and easy. The sticker kind of ones. I could do them all embossed, but I kind of wanted to show you how easy they are, and you don't have to emboss them, but maybe I'll emboss one of each of the white and the off-white, and then I'll do the other ones in regular ink. Because you don't have to emboss, clearly. This is just an extra added step. So I'll emboss one white one, and one vanilla one. And I'm going to clean this off because I'm done with him for now. I still need to use the to from that's from the set. And this is the cookie cutter Christmas set that I'm using from Stampin' Up. So after that, haven't used this embossing powder yet. Well, come on now. Oh my goodness. There's plastic underneath it. Oh, there. Now I'm getting it. I usually try to push these back up into the top, but I don't know with this top. I don't know if it'll stay or not. We'll try it, I guess. I haven't ever had this kind before, this diamondy kind. It's very pretty. Let's hope it looks pretty on the projects too. So this is the way that I kind of emboss if I have a lot of embossing to do. I'll just take it from one to another one. And you noticed I didn't use my embossing buddy. That's not because it's not a good idea or because it doesn't work. That's because I always forget. Like always. I have no idea why I can't remember that thing. And it's handy. I have it out for me to see, or at least grab, but I don't. So before I heat these up, I want to make sure that I don't touch them too much or have them touch each other because the little particles of embossing powder will come off if you touch it. Now you could just emboss it again, but you know, why? Oh, I just touched that totally. So I'm going to take this embossing powder and go over the top of that again. Beat it up to get all of that embossing powder off. Oh, he still needs some on his little chinny chin chin. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to take this and put it back in here. I watched a Hallmark Christmas movie today. It was really good. Switched at Christmas. I think it came out in 2017. It was with Cameron, what's her name? Candace Cameron Bure. I just really like her. She seems so sweet. So then I'm going to take the To From in here. And I'm just going to emboss this one too on the same ones that I embossed the reindeer. So I'm going to take the To From and just find wherever I want to put it on the on the tag. I know I'm going to be using twine, so I don't need to worry too much about getting it too close to that because it won't really matter. But if you were using a ribbon, you might want to be careful of how it falls. Just, you know, just know what you're doing and or know what you're using and plan accordingly. Because I'm down here at the bottom, I'm going to be putting something else, so I'll show you why I'm doing it. And see, that one I probably didn't give enough room for the from, but I could write it below. That's okay. Really, this is not that big of a deal. And honestly, this is just a luxury. I don't use these tags on everything. I mean, you can imagine if I only gave, you know, a little bit of gifts away, it wouldn't be such a bother or a worry. Not a bother. That was the wrong word. Wouldn't be such a thought, I guess. But I mean, I have children that I buy tons of stuff for. Didis has children that we buy tons of stuff for. And if I were to hand make every one of my tags, I wouldn't get anything else done all year. That's probably not true, but it would still be too much. Okay, so now I'm just going to, did I get all of them? No, I still have a white one over here. So yeah, whatever I was saying was that I certainly don't do this for every gift, but I do it to some of them. And honestly, I don't even do it for my most precious gifts or any of that because I don't even remember which one's which. When I'm wrapping them, I'll be like, oh, I need a tag for this. Or sometimes I'll just tell Dennis, hey, can you make the tags and I'll wrap the presents. And I'll tell him I need a tag for Alex. I need a tag for Katie. I need a tag for Aubrey or whatever. And he'll make them and I'll wrap because he doesn't particularly care to wrap. But he has good handwriting and we like to do some things together if we can. Did I put anything on here? Oh yes, there it is. I totally missed it. That's kind of funny. There we go. I'm gonna put a little more though. And then finally this one. So now I'm going to take my heat emboss gun and I'm going to heat that up and then like melt all this plastic little things so that the cards are embossed. And before I do the wrapping paper part, I will stamp the other ones. Isn't that a cute little embossing? I don't know. I like it. Very girly. And I get embossing powder everywhere. Same with when I use glitter. It's so much fun. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do my stamping first, I guess. So I'm going to use black. I was trying to decide if I wanted to use black or chocolate. suppose it really doesn't matter. And chocolate chip actually happens to be handy, so I will use that. Okay, so first I'm just going to stamp the reindeer. Let me get this out again. And stamp him like that. Ink them up a little better maybe. And I could put both of these stamps on here at once and stamp together. I don't know why I'm not doing that. I could have done that all along. And then I would have only had to emboss once. Oh, but I want this crooked, so. A better way to do this would be to place these down before you start inking them and know where you want them, and then pick it up with your block. But I wasn't thinking that far ahead. Okay, so now that I have them all stamped, I'm going to heat emboss the embossing powder. Let this heat up for about 30 seconds or so. This one didn't even get a 2 from. That poor guy. You guys, you aren't even helping me. You should have told me. I'm blaming you. All right, surely that's been enough time. So now I'm going to take, this one didn't either? Oh my goodness, and neither did this one. What is wrong with me? I will do that in a second. I told you it felt like I was in a hurry. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just not thinking it all through right now. I'm going to use a little pokey tool to hold these down because they will blow away and it gets really hot. So I love embossing. You guys can maybe hopefully see how that changes. And once it's all shiny and pretty everywhere, then you know it's done. So I'm going to put that to the side, this one to the side, this one to the side, this one to the side. This one I'm going to put over here because I need to still ink that one. 2 from, 2 from, 2 from, 2 from. Am I missing one still? I'll show you on the green what I'm talking about for sure. If you guys haven't ever seen embossing, or if you don't know how it looks, you will totally be able to tell. It's so cool. So let me get this dark green one out. So you can see what it looks like right now. It's very dull and it's kind of probably hard to see what the image is on this paper. And I'm going to try to just do half of it. So now the bottom part is embossed and the top part is not. And hopefully you guys can see that significant difference. So we'll do the whole thing. This was the first stamping technique that I learned and I still love it. It's so cool. And then this is like stuck on there. This is not coming off. It's stuck. There's some extra embossing powder on this. Now if you get extra embossing powder, it will stick. Even the little pieces, it will just look like little polka dots on your paper. And the way that I learned to do it was to keep, you don't have to keep it moving, but you want your embossing gun to move around a little, because if you leave it in one spot, it could burn your paper, and I know that's true because I have done that. So you kind of want to keep it moving a little bit. That's why you want to make sure it's hot when you start. If you start off with it cold, you can harm your paper. guess it's like preheating your oven when you're baking. Okay, so is that all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So I think I said 2 green ones with that one. Well, here, let's just do it that way. 2 green ones with that one. Oh, and cream colored, a cream colored, a white and a white. Why do I have an extra? Oh, I don't. My goodness, I just really am losing it. I don't know what I did. And I'm not going to worry about it. Each of them will get 5. I don't know why I'm saying each of them. I might give one of them away, but I'm going to keep one because I definitely need some. I actually need some tags to do some gifts today, hopefully. And I like to wrap and do these kinds of things when I'm not hurried. Although I act like I'm hurried. I am not. So I don't know why I'm being all weird. Just putting these back. And I'm trying to slow down so I can Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the ATG gun or your snail adhesive or whatever kind of adhesive. You could use glue. It doesn't matter. We're just taking them and we are going to put them on the bottom of this as just a little band. Isn't that cute? So it will match your wrapping paper. So of course, any wrapping paper that you have, you can use. If you wanted to do ribbon instead, you could do that. If you wanted to do other scrap paper that you have, whatever is fine. But I thought this would be a neat way to use your wrapping paper so that it's all matchy-matchy, because I'm kind of silly like that. I like to use matchy-matchy things. And I want a little bit of the tag to show at the bottom. So that one has 2 circles and a plaid. We'll do another plaid. Two circles, 2 plaid, and then whatever I pick up. A circle. And then this will get whatever's left. Circle. And a plaid. Oops. Oh, my tape is getting caught. Sometimes when I'm doing just a small piece, it doesn't like that. It wants to keep on gliding. This one should be a circle. Yes. So the circle ones aren't probably as cute as the plaid ones are on this paper, but they're still cute. Just because the circle is so big, you can't really tell that was a circle, but I think when I have it with the wrapping paper, I got a hair caught in there. I think when I have it with the wrapping paper, it will look fine. Goodness gracious. Leave it to me. Crafting in real life. So like if I put this with this paper, that's cute. Or one of these with this paper. Or here's what this one looks like. Isn't that cute? Or you could mix and match. Put one of the circle ones with it. Whatever you want to do. You be you, boo. Do people still say that? I don't know. I don't know. I stuck it to my table. And now I'm going to stick it to the back of the tag, aren't I? The other one. No, I got it. I love this nail adhesive, which is what is basically in the ATG. I just like it in bulk, but I like it because you can rub your finger around it and get it off if you have extra. So there we go. There are our tags, and then the only thing that you still need to do is put some ribbon on it so that they will hold. Now, if you don't have that punch, and this is just Doodlebug twine. I got it on sale somewhere. Oh, I have an extra. Oh well, I'm not gonna make another one. I don't know where it starts though. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, if you don't have this, you could certainly just tape them down. Just make it a rectangle and put your stamp in there. There's always options. If you don't have what somebody else has, don't be afraid to still try it. People like me, we like to buy stuff and keep and like almost hoard it. So I have a ton of stuff, but I know I don't need all the stuff that I have. I really cannot find the start of this. Oh, maybe this is it. Nope. I'm just going to pull a few of these. They did a good job on the start of this one. Oh, goodness. I thought that was it. They hit it well. My goodness. Dare I just cut it and go from there? Problem is I don't know where to cut it, but let's see what happens if I do this. I'm going to be a tangled. Oh, here we go. Oh, this one's starting to come up. Is this it? Nope. I'm going to have myself a tangled mess here, aren't I? I've never had this hard of a time. There it is. Seriously. Okay, so you have to just decide how long you want your tag to be, your thread. I just want it to be about this long, and you can go as many times as you want. If you want it to be 1,000,000 times to make it look real fluffy, you could, or if you want to just do it once like this, you can do that too. And I don't tie the end usually because I don't know how it's going to go on the thing, and if I need to tie it, I still can tie it around. If I have, like, I don't know, if you're giving a bike away or something like that, you might want to tie it onto the handlebars. At least that's my thinking. If you wanted to go a few times, what you could do is take it in your hand and do this. And same thing, just shove it all in the front. And then get them all gathered together again so that's one loop. And pull them through. And then cut this. And then if you want them all even, just give the whole thing a haircut. And that's how you would do like a multiple one if you wanted to. Personally, I don't think we need all that, so what I'm going to do is take this apart, and I'm going to use each one of these. And if you go through the front of your item, if you put the doubled up part, I don't know how to call that. If you put the folded part in the front, then you're going to end up with the strings coming like the right way, like this, where they come forward, and then this little loop is in the front. Otherwise it will look like this in the back, which it doesn't really matter. If you prefer that look, then you go for that. Again, crafting, there are no right and wrong ways to do things, really. And honestly, if somebody notices that, I would be totally surprised. I don't think many people would. And I didn't get this one straight. The best way to fix that would probably be just to start it over again, but I'm being difficult. I'm telling it that I want to just do it again this way. There we go. I think ribbons are pretty with this too. Twine is just really inexpensive, and I seem to get a lot of it. I don't know. I've used a few spools of it in my lifetime, but like I have some that I've had forever that are just weird colors or not colors that I frequently use. I have a really pretty yellow one that I don't use very much at all, but I love the yellow. I just don't tend to use that one very much. But things like that. So, I mean, if you just buy a small spool of thread, baker's twine, it can last you a long time. And it used to be very popular. It doesn't seem to be as popular with us crafters as it used to be. And I know this video is quite long for just being a small little tutorial, which I totally just messed this part up. I didn't grab them. But I hope that this gives you guys some ideas. I guess I didn't have to make 10 of them either. Always, I do something weird. I should have had 9 of them done and then just walked you through how to do one so that you guys would see. But then that's no fun, because then you would miss out on all of this wonderful conversation, right? I have 3 more to go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I cut that wrong. What a dingbat. 1 more. 1, 2, 3. If I would have cut it at the bottom, this would have been a whole one. But no, I didn't do it that way. We're getting there, folks. I was going to show you a cute way to do a holder too, like if you were going to give some as a gift. I don't know if well, I'll probably, if you're still here watching this, you might want to see the holder, so I'll just do it. I'll package up 5 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll give another green one away. Well, let's see. Dot. Okay, good. It doesn't matter. I'll use a dot one. Okay, so let's get out some packaging. And I think I threw some away that I can use. I could use this packaging if I wanted to. I'd prefer it without that. Oh, here we go. Here's some packaging I can use. And it opens sideways, which it doesn't really matter. I'm going to put this in here. This is what you get from Etsy orders. So if you ever need to order something from Etsy or whatever, keep the packaging if you like, because you could use it for your own packaging to repackage things. Okay, and I'm going to use I think I'll use some green. And I'm just going to take a punch. It doesn't matter which kind. Oh, that was a project and I didn't even do it. How funny. But I want it to be as long as this, and I actually would like for it to be folded. So let me use one that's pretty. Yeah, I think I used that color in there. Okay, so let's see. I want it to be this wide, so I'm just going to cut it down And I think I'm going to get no, I think I'll do this. I'm lying. Okay, well, before I cut it anymore, I'm going to go ahead and punch it. And this is one of those Martha Stewart punches. I'm not a big fan of the way that they punch because my mind works differently from these. I'm just not very good at it. Oh, see? And there's still just a little hair right there, but I think I'm just going to leave it. Okay, so there's that. And yeah, I just want to score it. Let's say at 1.5 inches. That's not cut straight. Oh well. And then at 3 inches, I'll cut it. Actually, I think I'll cut it at 2.5 inches, or I'll cut a 1/2 inch off the bottom. Yeah, that looks better because then I don't see it through the back. And you can staple this, you can do whatever you want. I think I'm going to use my tape gun and put this on there like this. I'm just going to put this on the top like that. And you could be done if you want to, or you can add a little something something to it. I'm going to cut, I don't know, this is about 1 inch, I think. And I'm just going to use my scissors. And I don't know if my punch will work on this or not. I'm going to try it, see how big this is. I just got this idea. If I center this in there, yeah, that did it. And what did I do with the twine? Here it is. Cut some of this off. And I'm going to fold it in half. Cut that, and then I'm going to make a loopy bow, I hope. That's my plan. I decided to double it up the last minute. I would have cut a little more of it. But I like small bows. I think they're fun. So I don't mind if it ends up being a tiny little bow. It's a tiny little double bow. Super cute. And I can put on here. I could use the, hold on, let me see what stamps I have instead of writing it on there. Put a happy face, have yourself a merry little Christmas. Nothing that really that I want to use on that one. Let's see if there's something on this one. I haven't even used this one yet. I think I'll just use the one that says for you. And then see, I can keep this twine. That's really pretty. I can use that for more tags. Actually, that's what this is a tag thing. This was from Hero Arts. I'm going to put For You on here. And put this back. Got this little green thing. And some green ink. I don't know if this will match or not, but it will be fine. Another something that I've used before is a doily. You could put a doily around the top. That's kind of pretty too. And if you had a little clip, you could put that there. I think I'm just going to use tape though. And a glue dot. And I want this to be over that hole, since I'm not really taking advantage of having that hole. And we'll put that down just like that. So that is For You, and then you can give that as a little gift. Just, you know, somebody, a teacher or a friend or coworker or whatever. It's nice just because then they have some handmade tags that they can use too. So there you go. Sorry this tutorial was so long to do something so simple, but you can see that it's fun to kind of play and to just, you know, do whatever you need to do. Thanks guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.